Yeah, we are on live.
Hi everyone, my name is Manisha and I'm working with Dr. Reddy's for almost a year. I am part of HR team and also a co-team member of Destination Dr. Reddy's. I welcome all of you for our second edition of Destination Dr. Reddy's program, which is our nationwide case study competition that invites students across the country from pharma, engineering, management domain. So this is not a regular case study, first of all. I think it's an opportunity for all of you students to solve real business problem, engage with seasoned industry expert, and rethink the boundaries of innovation, creativity in healthcare. Dr. Reddy's is only one and only organization in pharmaceutical domain who has designed this hiring process of case study competition in core pharma operation. Of course, we understand case study concept could be familiar to students from engineering and management, and that's why we are inviting students to explore these spaces specifically from pharma and mainly in manufacturing, formulation science, and process engineering. Destination Dr. Reddy's program is designed to find the right talent, right potential, and identify a student who resonate with the purpose and goal of the organization. I think it's an opportunity for all of you to do the internship with the organization, and of course, basis your performance and impact during the internship, you might also receive a pre-placement offer. And with this YouTube live, we wanted to reach out to as many students as possible in pharma background, and share organization perspective of why we are doing what we are doing and what is it that we're looking for. I have Prajakta and Jyoti with me who have participated last year in Destination Dr. Reddy's 1.2, and they were the winners. They got internship opportunity and they are currently working with Dr. Reddy's. Before I go ahead and speak with Prajakta and Jyoti, I would want to quickly put a very simple question to all of you present here. And you can put your answer in the chat with simple yes and no. This will help us understand if you have ever worked on pharma case study. You can just go ahead and put your answer in the chat, everyone. So your question is, have you ever solved a pharma case study so far? Um, I would want to hand over to Prajakta and Jyoti for a quick round of introduction. Over to you
Yeah,
guys.
thanks Manisha for this quick intro. Hello everyone, I am Prajakta, currently working with Dr. Reddy's Laboratories as a Regulatory Affairs Associate at Biologics Unit, Hyderabad. I did my master's from Regulatory Toxicology from NIPER Raebareli. Last year, at the same time, in the same competition, my team also participated, and we were the winner for this competition. I'm very glad for this opportunity to share our real-time experience with all the upcoming participants. I hope this will be a very fruitful session for all of you. Over to you,
Mm.
Jyoti.
Hi everyone, I'm Jyoti. I'm currently working in Dr. Reddy's laboratories as a formulation scientist in formulation research and development team. So, like many of you guys have participated in this Destination Dr. Reddy's competition last year, where my team and I secured the second position. So, I also grabbed the internship opportunity here, which was 6 months long and which eventually led to my full-term employment here. So I'm really excited to be here with you guys today, and I hope this discussion turns out to be insightful and inspiring for all of you. So I'll do my best to share my journey, experience, and tips to guide you to the right direction. So last year I was on the other side, and I'm happy to be here on this side with you guys today. Yeah.
Welcome again, Prajakta and Jyoti. Thank you for joining in. So, first question that I wanted to ask both of you is, how did you get to know about the case study or Destination Dr. Reddy's program? Was there anyone who guided you on why should you apply for the case study?
Yeah, so the case study was basically a part of the Destination Dr. Reddy's competition, which was launched by Dr. Reddy's last year. So, last version was 1.0, and this year they again launched this competition 2.0. So, which comprises of 4 rounds. The case study comes actually in the third round of the competition after you qualify the first and the second round, which is an aptitude and behavioral analytical test, which will be online. We discovered this competition through a close friend. He informed us, he told us about how this competition will be very beneficial for our career growth. And just by seeing the name of Dr. Reddy, such a big organization, there were no second thoughts left to even participate. I immediately asked my other teammates if they can join me in this competition. And earlier we were little hesitant to participate because we were from different streams. But soon we realized that in this competition, what matters more is the teamwork, that how we see a problem and find a solution to this. Also, the biggest opportunity this competition offers is bagging an internship, which will greatly influence anyone's career path. We ourselves, I think Jyoti and me and all other who were interned here, have learned so much during our respective internships that we can use this knowledge at multiple levels.
Yeah, for me it was slightly different. So I still remember scrolling through LinkedIn one day. So I was looking for inspiration and I was half procrastinating. So I saw this post from Dr. Reddy's, about this case study competition. So it
Yeah.
was a chance to work on something that felt like a real corporate project. So this made me think, okay, this is worth stepping out of my comfort zone. So no one had to convince me much for this case study competition. So the idea of solving the real world pharma problems and presenting it to the industry leaders felt too good to miss. So I immediately contacted my friends and we formed the team and went straight for it.
Of course. I myself have seen the case study questionnaire, and it's a long 10-page document with a lot of technicalities. So, what I wanted to know next is what was your initial reaction when you saw this long 10-page document, which you have to process and do the submission in 1 week, Jyoti and Prajakta?
Yeah, so for me it was wow, this is intense. Okay, so the case study competition was like 10 to 12 pages long. And
Yeah.
the questions will make you scratch your brains, I must say. The answers will not come to you straight away. You won't be able to sleep, okay, because of those questions. So you will run through books, run through basics, then that will form the base of your solutions. So in this case study competition, you have to come up with the solutions that balances regulatory compliance, the technicality, the technical feasibility, the commercial viability. So you have to come up with the practical solutions which you can actually scale up, that is scalable. So the best technical solution that you might offer might still be too expensive or too slow or may not meet the market needs. So you have to work on that. You have to present a solution that is scalable, that can be commercialized. So I would add to this, like AI or chat GPT won't help you in this. It will help you to form the base of your questions, but you have to use your brains to suggest the ideas that can actually be the solutions to those problems mentioned in the case study.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me as well, when I saw the case study, it was a mix of curiosity and urgency. As we discovered, the case study was all about pharmaceutics. I would like to mention the fact that though this eligibility is for master students, you have to gain all your concepts back from your B Farm about all these things you have learned in pharmaceutics to solve this case study. As Jyoti also mentioned, that no AI can help because it is a real time formulated case study. So and within a short time frame of 1 week, you have to analyze, you have to research more, you have to analyze your answers, you have to frame your answers, and then eventually you have to present. So all these for presentation making, the answers framing, all you have to done in a particular 1 week duration. So but the challenge made it even more exciting.
Yeah. I think, guys, let's just go back to last year. I would want you to share brief what was the case study that you solved, what was the background, how did you structure your response? Is there any framework that you used in your submission? Prajakta, you can start.
Yeah, so actually, the case study is very new concept for pharma students, I guess. No
Yeah.
company literally offers a case real-time solution of case study. So
Yeah.
the case, I would like to give some brief about what last year case study was. So the case study was centered on the development of a thixotropic nasal drug suspension intended for localized nasal drug delivery, and it was using a non-pressurized meter dose pump for the delivery. So the study simulated in a real world formulation and development scenario that any pharmaceutical team would encounter during any product development, including the problem statements were including formulation design, what manufacturing troubleshooting, regulatory considerations to be considered during the answers. So regarding the API, it was a BCS2 classification, which was formulated using various viscosity modifiers, wetting agents, preservative, tonicity agents, etc. And this was designed to treat the ailments like allergic rhinitis and congestion with a shelf life of 2 years. And regarding the frameworks that our team followed was the problem solution benefit approach. We tried to determine the root cause for every problem that was coming during the formulation. Also, we started looking for the general properties of the excipients that were used in the formulation, because what the issues are to be dealing with those excipients, we could directly identify the reason for that problem in by this approach. So even if the review panel, the judges will cross question you regarding a particular questions, then you have your answer supported by all these details. So yes, also we used QBD design, quality by design approach, which addresses various critical process parameters, critical material attributes, pre-formulation designs. We used all these frameworks to design our case study.
Yeah, the case study was very well briefed by Prajakta. I will straight away jump to the second part of the question about how we structured our responses. So
Yeah.
our responses were to the point. It was very short and very crisp. You know, nobody likes to read long paragraphs, long sentences. So we made sure that we suggested our solutions in bullet points. So we mentioned problem statement. The first thing we did was this. Then second, we added background only if needed. If it is already given in the questions, no need to add. The third point is we suggested practical solutions to the problems that were scalable. The fourth one is we added figures wherever necessary. So we did not add any unnecessary figures to the question. And we also added formula charts, like flow charts to the questions. Wherever possible, guys, you make flow charts for this. No need to add a full lengthy sentence to your question. The other point I would like to add here, which was also the winning point of our team, was we added animated videos to some of the questions. So we were asked to suggest a machine design for this one question, where we gave the animated video for that problem. So I would say that was the one thing that made our team stand out. So this was the winning point for our team.
Yes. So Prajakta, Jyoti, of course, this is a group assignment and competition that you do. And of course, there would be people from different stream and specialization who will be part of your group. How did you divide the work within the team to ensure that you're able to leverage the experience and expertise that they have?
Yeah, so one key method we used as the time frame for the case study was for only 1 week. We
Yeah.
distributed the questions. The list of questions were 10. So we distributed the questions in three parts according to our field of expertise. As you mentioned, that if I am from regulatory, I'll see the regulatory part. If someone is from R&D in my team, then they will cater to that part. So in this way, the problems will be solved in easy way. Okay, they are the technicalities can be understood very well. And also first we researched individually and tried finding the answers, tried to frame the exact answers for each question. I would like to make a note for this, that don't directly jump into the presentation. You should have a draft of your answers, a word copy or a PDF copy, anything of your answers listed down, so that from that drafted answer you can take the bullet points for your presentation, as Jyoti mentioned. Also, I would like to include that the presentation should be highly diagrammatic, as visuals capture more attention than any long, chunky paragraphs.
Yeah, our team also had the similar approach. So, what I would like to mention here is that instead of dividing the work equally, you should be dividing it intelligently. So, I still remember one day our team sat and had a discussion on the weaknesses and strong points of each and every member. So, one might be a pro in digging the technical details, one might be pro in the presentation skills, and one might be pro in making the PowerPoint presentation. So we use that to our favor. So each member of the team contributed to the winning of our team significantly. So yes, I would say divide your questions intelligently and then work as a team.
Great. Prajakta, Jyoti, what kind of research or data work did you include to strengthen your case study submission?
Yeah,
Okay.
so as we are research students, we were research students, so it's in our blood to identify the source of each information. So we were very particular that each and every answer, each and every sentence of us is backed up by strong reference. We dig into various research and review articles that are various available on PubMed, Google Scholar, Science Direct. All the research students may be very well aware of this, all these websites. Also, we have searched for various pre-formulation papers, FDA guidances, ICH guideline, US FDA guidances, because you have to make sure that your answers are supported by both scientific and regulatory literature. Because if you don't have a proper list of references, that after each answer you should have a list of references from where you have referred the answer. This will give your responses more credibility. And you don't see, like we already mentioned, that ChatGPT or AI will not help, because these references has to be real references, and might be in the review panel will ask you that where what was your source of information. So you need to make this research very in a very regulated manner, in a very systematic manner. You have to approach every question.
Yeah.
Yeah, your response sums up pretty much everything. I would like to add here that hard data adds credibility to your work, and shows that you have done your homework. So make sure you have all the sources backed up in your backup slide. If you are presenting the case study, make sure you have your backup slides ready that have all the sources, all the references, you know. And then these were real R&D questions. So you have to make sure that it is compliant, it is regulatory, it has regulatory compliance. So ICH guideline, go through it thoroughly. The case study was on nasal spray last year, so I made sure I went through all the ICH guidelines. If you're adding any patented technologies, don't forget to mention the patent number. If you're going through literature, uh, add the figures that are relevant. Don't add irrelevant figures that does not add anything to your solutions. Make sure you have references written on your slides, on the backup slides as well. Yeah.
Yeah, mentioning about the backup slide, I would like to tell that last year it was we were allowed to present only 5 slides. So it was a 5 slide template. So that's why Jyoti is mentioning about the backup slide. So yes, this is what the all idea is.
Yeah, we presented the main slides, but we had backup slides
Yeah,
with us in
yeah,
case
you should have
the
backup
panel.
slides, but the main slides are 5. You should remember this, guys. Yeah.
Great. Basis your experience, both of you, were there any common mistake that you saw others make in this competition? And of course, we can tell the people how they can ignore it in this competition.
Yeah, so the presentation format actually, Manisha, was itself designed in such a way that it didn't allow other teams to see each other responses directly. Only the review panel and the presenting team were in the room. So actually, this turned out to be very quite a positive thing, because it removed all the social pressure or comparisons that we would think that okay, this team is better now. Will then the anxiety starts. So this format was totally eliminated, which let us focus purely on our work. So, however,
Mhm.
through some informal conversations with other teams, we realized that many had either skipped the mentorship session. You are given 3 mentorship session after the case study round. So they haven't attended that. They either skipped the mentor session or attended just one of the mentor session. I think it is very important to attend the mentor session. And also this in our opinion, that's a like missed opportunity we had to better to make the responses very better. And also another mistake I would like to highlight is we were seeing in people, some of the people's presentation, that it was like long chunky paragraphs which need not to be included. You should make your presentation highly diagrammatic, as Jyoti has mentioned that their team used animated videos. So our team also made every each and every 10 solution to 10 of the responses were complete visual, because this is a technical presentation and visuals are more powerful than any long paragraphs.
So I would like to answer this question in two parts. So as I have already mentioned, the best of technical solution might still fail because it is too expensive, or it's too slow, or it doesn't meet the market needs. So make sure your solutions are to the point. It is scientifically sound and commercially relevant. So this will be my first point. The second thing I would like to add up here is that the presentation matters. Even if you are giving a best possible solution to that problem, make sure you represent it in a very good way. It is attractive to the judges, it is attractive to the audience, whoever is reading that. So yes, this like this we managed to secure the second position, I would say.
Great. I think as a student, you would have a lot of theoretical knowledge, technical knowledge of any subject. How did you balance this technical knowledge with business thinking in your case study submission? Project.
So I think as part of a pharma business, the core importance we give is to our patient. That is the key point we should keep in mind, because whenever we speak of any pharma company, any big pharma company, any business, our core customer is our patient. And as we can think in that way, that any incompatibility to the product in the product will affect the patient, not only physically but also our image in the market will also disturb, right? So we made sure that the technical knowledge, the answers we are giving in our case study was backed up by improved patient compliance, cost effective manufacturing, regulatory ease, and stability and shelf life of the product. Because the product will be actually prescribed by doctors and all. So any incompatibility in such connection, in such supply chain, will eventually affect the business. Second point I would like to make is we've actually highlighted about every excipient earlier as well. So in the excipient manner, we have also highlighted their cost, their availability, their permissible limits in the global regulatory filings. The third point I would like to add in the business point of view is Dr. Reddy's believes in the concept of being first to the market. That releasing the product first into market, reaching out, the commercializing the product first in the market. So, and it is very well known for its various generic product category. So, if a product fails any regulatory guidelines outside the world, outside India, through EMA or through US FDA, if it fails to maintain or to gain their regulatory approval, then we cannot reach first to the market, and the competitor company will chase this opportunity. So the maximum profits that could have been made by being first to the market cannot be achieved, and this would literally affect the business and the profits at a higher impact. So you should keep in mind that the cost, availability, the regulatory guidelines, the permissible limits for each and every ingredient are being made.
Yeah. Jyoti, you want to add something on this?
No, no, I would just say these are the two sides of same coin. Okay, so technical knowledge and business thinking goes hand in hand. Yeah.
Great. What is one advice both of you wanted to give to your fellow student who might be feeling unsure about this opportunity right now or participation? Is there any advice that you wanted to give to all of them?
I would just say jump in, okay? Even
Yeah.
if you don't win, you will be building confidence, good portfolio because, it's Dr. Reddy's. You will get industrial exposure, you will network with people, you will be engaging in the industrial problems, you'll get a chance to present in front of industry leaders. So yes, there's this competition literally has two rounds that you can give straight away from your home, from your comfort zone. Only when you're shortlisted, you will be asked to come in person. So why not? You can take half an hour from your day and then give this first two rounds. Why not? I still remember, after every round, I used to call my mother and tell her that I have been shortlisted from this. Then it's a journey, at every step you'll be learning. Every step, don't think of it as a bigger in from a very bigger perspective. It's the steps that matters.
Yeah. Prajakta,
Yeah,
you
I
want
would also say that you don't have to be an expert to just start over this competition. Start small, you'll eventually learn everything. You just have to be systematic to achieve the final goal. Yeah.
Mm.
let's talk about the interesting part of the case study competition, I think, which is the mentorship experience that you got. How was the mentorship experience for both of you? Were there any problem which you were not able to solve earlier and you were able to solve post your mentorship session?
Okay, so the I would say, Manisha, that the mentorship was not just helpful for us; it was really necessary. For
Yeah.
instance, one of the questions asked about the orientation of the nasal spray bottle during testing. So whether it should be upright or inverted. So initially we confidently chose upright position, but our mentor, Mr. Kshitij Ambade, he helped us in many ways during all the three mentor sessions. He kept questioning us, not directly giving the answer, but asking twisted, thought-provoking questions that pushed us to rethink about this answer, that led us to dig deeper. And we eventually realized earlier we were answering this question through the patient compliance perspective. Then we rethink it as per the testing manner. And then we discovered that the answer should be inverted and not upright. Regarding the transportation issues, so this subtle change came purely because of the mentorship, and I would like to highlight that this was the winning point for our team, and that's why we were the winner because of this answer. Obviously other things matter as well, but the mentorship session helped us in this, and that we curated our answer in such a way that it turned out to be winning point. And it taught us not to just go with the surface level answers, but understand the why behind every choice you make through to the answer. Also, I would like to say that you should read each and every word mentioned in the question. Don't I would say read the question 10 times, because this will give you the actual core problem. What is it asking? Some of the questions were there like they were mentioning various figures and all, but the figure has nothing to do with the question. So you should be very lean towards the question, very promptive towards the question, that you should know the why behind every choice.
Yeah, Prajakta very well mentioned about what you should be doing during your mentorship session. So you will be given 3 sessions with your mentor. My mentor was also Kshitij sir. So I would like to mention here what you should not be doing during your mentorship session. So what we did was in the first session we started presenting it straight away. So this is what you should not be doing. Have all of your doubts, all of your questions where you are stuck prepared. You should have your doubts prepared, written well, and then you can straight away ask them to your mentor. Reading the answers will not do anything. You only should ask the question straight away to the mentor. So that should be your approach during this mentorship session. So that is what we did during this session. Yeah, we had our doubts prepared. We asked it straight away, and then he helped us refine those answers. Whatever was unnecessary, we removed it, and only things that were relevant to that particular problem that was only added.
Okay. Um, how did this experience prepare both of you for your internship experience with Dr. Reddy's?
Okay, this case study I would say was almost like a crash course in the real world problem solving in the pharma industry. Because it was everything. It was covering everything, like the regulatory perspective, the formulation things, the research, everything. So it actually bridged the gap between the academic concepts and the actual formulation development. Because in the four walls of classroom, we didn't challenge ourselves by the technical and analytical thinking, but this case study challenged us our time management skills in so many ways that we have learned very much. For me, I have learned many things like regulatory thought processes, giving scientific justifications. And as I am currently working in the regulatory affairs department, I came across various questions like this, various permissible limits. And all of you must be known about the master dossier, the dossier that is submitted to different countries for the approval of drugs. So you have to give each and everything very accurate, each and every line by your references, because then the committee, then the different regulatory authorities will ask you questions back, that why is it not like that, why is it not like this. So the case study prepped us in such a way that all this we it has given all the skills. I think Jyoti currently works in this research environment, so she would be answering this better. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that case study was just a trailer. So the case study was on nasal spray, and I am right now in inhalation research and
Yeah.
development team. So whatever we solved there, we are doing it on day-to-day basis. Okay. So the case study very much prepared for this internship period, I must say. The questions that were there, we are literally keeping them in the back of our mind, like whatever ICH guidelines I went through during my this case study competition. Right now, I am using it, so it doesn't go to waste. Okay, whatever you are learning through this case study competition, you will be using it during your corporate life, I must say. So yes, it literally helped us for this our corporate journey, I must.
Thank you so much, Prajakta and Jyoti, for such an insightful discussion. I would want to open the floor for the people who have joined the session right now. I think this is your opportunity to directly ask any question you want to ask directly to Prajakta and Jyoti. You can put your question on the chat in YouTube video and we will take it forward. So far, we have received a couple of questions, and I want to question Prajakta and Jyoti one by one. Prajakta, maybe you can answer this question. What
Yeah.
skills or topic should I study for the case, ma'am?
So, okay. The case study will actually, so last year it was on pharmaceutics. So we really don't know that in this year what will be the case study on. So, but you can use your generalized knowledge from your B Pharma, as I earlier mentioned. You cannot pre-prep for the case study because the case study will be designed by highly qualified experts, I must say. So you cannot pre-prep it. But yeah, the concepts you are learning right now, you should learn it better in a better way. Eventually, the case study, what is it on? What is the concept of behind the case study? Or what unit that Dr. Reddy's has different units, IPDO, biologics. So actually, we also don't know that which particular unit, which particular person will be designing the case study. But I think the main guidelines and what we have mentioned earlier as well, and Jyoti has also mentioned that we should be focusing more on the guidelines because I think the case study references will be coming through different guidelines, and the manufacturing and formulation aspects will be also coming through the regulated guidelines, whatever is mentioned by other different regulatory authorities. So yeah, this one thing.
Jyoti, anything you want to add to
No,
this?
no, pretty much summed up by Prajakta.
Great. Next question that we have received is, what would you do differently if you were participating again? I think this is something I also want to know.
Yeah. So I
Jyoti can
would
take
like
it up.
to add here that we had 10 questions, okay? What we did was we divided it amongst us, three, three, three. So one person had a QBD specialty, one person had a different specialty. So we did not discuss it among ourselves. So, for example, I'm doing three questions and my partner is doing three questions. I must be explaining to him. So that is where we lack. During the competition, one of the judges asked me directly what was prepared by my friend. Okay. So this thing you should not be doing. Whatever you have prepared, discuss it amongst yourself. Everybody should be knowing all the 10 answers. I
Yeah.
must say. That
Yeah,
is the one
actually,
thing I
we
think I
also face the
did
same thing.
the competition because we were prepared thoroughly. We were prepared to grab the first position. Prajakta, I must say, you are the winning team.
So actually, Jyoti, we actually use this strategy that after the discussion, individual research, we discussed amongst ourselves,
Yeah.
and in our team also this case happened. Like some other question was for my which was prepared by my other teammate. I had to answer it. And I literally answered, and for my questions were asked to them, and they also answered. So that is the thing I would really suggest everyone to do. Please discuss amongst and rehearse amongst. And I would say
Yeah.
rehearse the presentation more because the way you present also matters more. Like it is not that you have all the right answers so you will win, or it's not
Yeah.
about winning. But if you have all the right answer doesn't mean that you are good at everything. So the presentation skills, the way you present, it matters, especially mentors and peers to deliver very smoother presentation. Please make it sure.
Okay. The next question that we've got is, what kind of projects or role did you get after winning? I think this both of you should answer.
So
So if you would like to
after
go
the
forward.
study, yeah, yeah, I'll take it. After the case study, we had an interview round. There the interviewer judged us on what was our specialty. So I was good in this R&D course. So whatever I presented, they knew that I am an R&D person. So the case study was on nasal spray. I was lucky enough to get into inhalation formulation R&D department. So yes, that is how it turned out to be.
Yeah, for me, actually, I belong to the regulatory toxicology. So the interviewer straight up asked me whether you want to go to regulatory or whether you want to go to toxicology. So I was pretty
Oh.
clear about where I want to go from the beginning. So I put that point that he asked me multiple times, why not this, why not that? So, but
Mhm.
I was very sure. So I would suggest all of you who will come in the last round, that all the 10 teams which will be finalized, you will be going through interviews. And yes, this is your opportunity to grab that internship, to grab a PPO. So I would say, please be prepared for that as well.
Yeah, they go to through through your resumes and everything. So
Yeah.
even if you are from different background and you are doing this case study, you will be purely selected based on your resume and your skills.
Yes, and they will ask you from your resume as well. So please make sure that your resume is well, you know your resume very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think last question that we've received is what question are asked in the aptitude test? I think this question you might also be receiving from your fellow uh,
Yes.
students or classmate or like your juniors from college.
Yeah, I would say it is same as what you have prepared for your GPAT or some any other entrance exam, the pharmacy, basic pharmacy questions, general
Yeah.
knowledge, basic English you must be knowing. And when you're giving this assessment round, time plays a very significant role. So even if
Yes.
you're thinking to Google it or something, so in the time frame you will be Googling it, others might be going ahead of you. So time plays a significant role. Make sure whatever you are answering, it is very fast and correct.
And please make sure that all the team members, all the three team members, should attempt those tests. Attempt by only one person will not satisfy the requirements. Okay, so you have to, all three of the team members should attend. And also make sure during the second round, which is usually behavioral and analytical, your grammar and your sentences, how you speak, will also be checked, will also be analyzed through some sentence questions which you have to pronounce actually. So work on that as well. Keep that in mind. The aptitude would be general. As Jyoti already highlighted, the pharma aspect. Also, there will be English and some technical statistics aspect questions will be also asked. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I would also like to add up here. For example, if your team is having three members and two of them are very fast in answering questions, and one of them is like taking a lot of time to answer, so this will also keep your team behind. Okay, make sure all of you guys in the team practice and make sure you're answering the questions very fast and on time and correct. Yeah.
Yeah, but make sure you don't answer wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've come to the end. Thank you so much, Jyoti, Prajakta. It was such an insightful discussion. I really hope that we would be able to reach out to as many students as possible in the pharma background. And this interaction with both of you will help them to prepare the best in case study competition or overall destination Dr. Reddy's. We encourage all of you to see this, learn from this, make your strategy, make your structure basis the learning you have seen from Jyoti and Prajakta. Our registration is open till 17th of August, which is only next 3 days. We have also posted the link where you can go and apply. This is one of its kind opportunity with Dr. Reddy's. You have an opportunity to change the innovation and creativity in healthcare. So grab it as soon as you can. And thank you so much, all of you again. We wish you all the best. We really hope we meet you and we work together somewhere in the near future. So thank you, all of you. Thank you, Prajakta Jyoti, again.
Yeah. All the best to all of you.
Thank you.